Hi all, I figured I would do a little lunchtime walk today and see this construction, see how nothing's going on. This is hemorrhaging money. So the way you make money with a building is you get it built and you get tenants in it, right? Because you take a loan from the bank and you put up your schedule, and a lot of times on the GC side of thing, there's a thing called liquidated damages. So this is a facade repair, it looks like they're doing over there with all the scaffolding. See this one? So that is a building that's existing and they've had to stop doing any renovation work on it. So if they had tenants in there, they left, or they were looking to go back into that place and they're not going to be able to for a long time. Sad. All right, I'm gonna pause this a minute and we'll get closer to them. Okay, so we're a little closer now. You see these big buildings? All of this. Now just imagine the amount of money we're hemorrhaging here. So you have some construction guys going, which I guess they managed, you could hear it right now. This is essential. Now this is where this green fencing is up here. And the reason why it's considered essential is probably because they got a big hole in the ground here and they need to put in the SOE, which means supportive excavation, so that these buildings that are next to it, and also the underpinnings of these buildings here that are next to it, aren't going to fall into the abyss here. So let's see if we can see in this hole here. Yeah, see? I don't know if you can see in there what they're doing. It's like he's cracking the old foundation so that they can put in a new one. But over on the other side there, you see that yellow? That's where they're putting up the shoring, sheeting and shoring. So that's why this job would be considered essential right now, unless it's maybe some sort of hospital. Oh, here we go. We can see a little better now. See what they're up to? Shoring up this road. And see this building here, they're going to probably underpin that because they're going to build this building right up against it. So these guys still have a job, thank God. But as you will see, we'll see what this is. As you see across the street here, stop putting on the facade glass. It stopped right in the middle. Commercial construction, I'm not sure what it is, but I think that it's probably considered essential just because of the stage of the excavation. But as you notice, right, you see this big building here and the hoist over there. Everybody who would normally be working on a job of this size is out of work, right? Not allowed to work. And then, some of these companies, the subcontractors, are really smart, and what they'll do is they'll put a bunch of guys, if they can, on another job, and so they still keep them employed. And that can actually, speed up the schedule for the other job. But we're still hemorrhaging money. See how it's just left? The economy is hemorrhaging money. Every day, there's interest rates on those loans. And when the banks stop lending money, the construction companies stop. This is Turner. I used to work for them in DC, like 6 years. This one was supposed to be done in fall of 2020. I'm sure it won't be now. It's pretty sad. Here's another one. All these people out of work. This building just sitting here for no reason at all. We got the guards, at least the security guards have a job. Looks like they're placing a little concrete here today. Must be something essential going on about this job. Looks like an apartment or a condo. More coffin homes for, actually, if we think about like a Hunger Games type scenario, these are probably going to be nice for the people who can remain in the city and actually have some money. I don't know anyone, like even someone like me who got a 30% pay cut, and you know, the side of construction I'm on, I'm in the going out and getting the jobs, you know, so I'm a hunter, part of the estimating team. So the estimators are usually the last people that are laid off in an economic downturn, because we're the people who are responsible for going out and shooting a mastodon and bringing them back, you know. And then the guys that are in the field they're the ones that are cutting the mastodon up, you know, and drying it and cooking it, kind of thing, you know, building the building. So all of these things over here are closed. All this stuff is new too. Like this is called the Hudson Yards area. So normally when you're building a building, a lot of times recently they would put like offices. This looks like an office here. This is relatively new. They put an office there, and then they have retail on the bottom. So what the owner likes to do is they want to build the building and get the retail spaces open as fast as possible, even if you're finishing the rest of the building, so that they can start making money. Because that's, you know, time is money. And that's the unfortunate thing that you're seeing here, is we're just bleeding money. And this Whole Foods here that's on the corner is a pretty nice place, coming soon. I noticed that the Whole Foods is only open for, if you look on the delivery, it's only, or sorry, online, it's only open for delivery. So it's kind of what we got going on today. Just bad. Gosh, I'm getting all sorts of compliments recently going out walking. I should do that more often. That guy was nice. But this is a very nice place in here. So this is Neiman Marcus, but I believe it's part of this new Hudson Yards. I've only been in there once. I think I went, oh yeah, I took my mom when she came up for Thanksgiving last year. I don't know, ever since I've discovered not cooking for Thanksgiving, I've been on that, you know, going to get in a restaurant. Craft NYC is a great restaurant, one of my favorites. Chef Tom Colicchio here, and so I just go over there for Thanksgiving. Screw having to cook for hours and hours and hours. Just let someone else do it. It's well worth the $200 or $250 or whatever. At least it is for me. I've embraced being lazy. But yeah, this is a nice place, Hudson Yards, that I took my mom to when she came up to visit for Thanksgiving last year. And you know, it literally just opened and it's just completely shut down. It's very like nice high-end stores. Nobody can make any money. Thank you to Mayor de Blasio. Diaspolio is what I call him. And the governor. In fact, I read this morning that de Blasio says that if you try to go swimming on Memorial Weekend, they're going to drag you out of the water. You know, because you're not allowed to, slaves aren't allowed to swim. And I guess the virus is now in the water. He said he would fence the beaches off. You know, the beaches are pretty close. It's like, I don't know, 45 minutes on the train here. It's not bad. I like to go down to, what is it called? Russia Town down there. Brighton Beach. I like to go down there and sit on the beach for like 10 minutes because I burn. I burn pretty fast. But I like to go down there and then eat Russian food at Tatiana. But I don't guess that's ever going to happen again. It's kind of sad. In fact, I keep waking up every morning wishing that this was just a really bad dream. This place looks open. Bike and exercise store. No, it says it's closed. Weird. Huh, there's still people in there. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they're delivering bikes to people. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I finally got some sleep last night. My back really hurts at night and my neck, so it's hard to sleep. But I just keep waking up and wishing, wishing it was like it was back like the 1st of March. I just can't believe how far we've fallen in such a short period of time, and so few people are willing to stand up. I mean, it just makes me sad. As a woman, women look to men for leadership, and man, I'm not seeing it. I don't know. I've never been much of a woman that needs to be led or anything like that, but it's just kind of a natural thing, and I feel disappointed that I'm one of the most militant people out here, and I don't even feel good. Maybe that's why. That's why I'm so militant, because I don't feel good. Well, it looks like this one over here, there's some people working, which is good. I wonder what this is. Let's see if we can go across the street. At least somebody's working. I just, all these guys, you think about it, who work on these project sites. I almost got smashed. This idiot riding in his... Look at this guy's riding with their masks. I got their window open in the car with their masks on. I mean, God, like, how stupid are we? Oh, it's just depressing. So depressing. Some of these construction guys are used to wearing masks. Like, sometimes you need one. Like, if there's sawdust or whatever. Or, like, if you're refinishing a table or something like that. Levine Builders, Levine. The one thing that is considered essential construction here is low-income housing. Which I find to be amusing. So, if you're working on low-income housing, you're less likely to get the virus than you are if you're working on, say, a nice condo building. That's not essential, right? I mean, it just shows you this is not about about protecting you from a virus. This is about control. I mean, the mayor threatening to drag your ass out of the water if you're swimming. The people who live in condos are bad, but the people who live in low-income housing. See, the reason why they want you to keep building the low-income housing is because those people are already defeated and under the control of the government. Think about it, right? They don't have to do much. It's just like Carnival put out a good video this morning about why Japan and Sweden. So this is a pretty new building too, gorgeous. Japan and Sweden weren't forced, to lock down like everybody else has. And that's because Japan and Sweden have already been conquered, right? Already been conquered, already been defeated. Now I always call this the mixing bowl. Because it looks like a giant salad bowl to me, but it's actually they call it the vessel. Hudson Yards is temporarily closed. So sad. See how they got it all blocked off? Tell you what, this facade element right here was expensive. Look at that. Wow. You got the glass there, right? And glass, it looks like a window wall. No, actually, maybe that's a curtain wall, yeah. It's expensive. And then you've got this metal on the outside, so Your glass up here, I bet you that costs $110, $120 a square foot. And then this metal element there, it's probably another $100 bucks, maybe $85 a square foot. No, I don't know, because of the way it's made like a pillow, it's probably more expensive than that. This is the this is how I always walk around thinking, I wonder how much that costs. I don't know what that's worth. It's kind of a sickness. Once you've been estimating for a while, that's how you think. It's like, how would I price that out? So yeah, this is about control. Sweden already has thousands of people microchipped. Japan is already, I mean, they were under control back when I was living in Korea in 1999 to the year 2000. You know, when I was in Korea, actually, everybody had a cell phone. I mean, year 2000. Everybody already had one, like grandparents and young people and everybody. So, you know, they were already accepting of this tracking that we have going on already. And that's why they weren't shut down. See this place, the shops here at the Hudson, they have all nice things. Louis Vuitton, Neiman Marcus, Dior, Rolex, all that stuff that Cartier, all that stuff that's actually made by Chinese slaves too. But they charge you a hell of a lot of more money for it. I mean, some of the stuff is nicer, so it might be worth it, but you just have to check. I don't know, I'm not someone who pays thousands of dollars for a purse. Pretty dumb, in my opinion. No shade against people who do, but it's just not my thing. These big old tower cranes, you know, it costs you, the rental of a tower crane is probably $35,000 a month, and probably more depending upon the size of the crane. Up here, tower cranes are very expensive. In DC, they were running me between $25,000 and $35,000 a month. Last price I had for a tower crane here was like $150,000 a month. So here we go. We got it sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Actually, that's a jib crane, but you get the point. That one's expensive too. Not as expensive. See, the tower crane is that one. That one right there. This is your jib crane. But it's sitting up there doing nothing too. Can't even take it down. Can't use it somewhere else. Hemorrhaging money. Tower crane operators make pretty good money, but they're not allowed to work. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. Oh, I had seen, I should have kept my camera on because there was a couple before I got to the second little part of this, and there was a couple they were like next to a car and they were hugging each other and they didn't have masks on, and it actually made me really happy to see. Then it also made me sad because I imagine that PDA is pretty much gone. Probably be arrested for it sooner than later. And people be telling on you too, snitches. That's the one big issue we have in all of these times that we've suffered under totalitarian dictators is 90% of humans just, they don't give a shit and they want to follow orders. And yes sir and yes ma'am, and thank you God for allowing me to be alive. I mean, we're just kind of trained to believe in authority, love authority, especially authority that shows strength and power. And you know, I guess we feel like the more powerful and mean someone is to us, the more authentic their leadership is, I guess. This is kind of a new little park around here. At least some people have their masks down. I saw, like, I think somebody made a joke post with a mask that you could eat through. I mean, if you're not in a surgically sterile environment and you're not using new gloves and a new mask after scrubbing up every time. Just, it doesn't matter. It's not sterile. And, you know, the air is coming through the sides of the mask that you're wearing, unfiltered. Duh. If there really were a killer, look at this. What is this guy doing, sitting here doing nothing? Idling. What are they idling for, too? It's illegal to even idle here. Well, they got parts of this considered essential because they're loading stuff up. Interesting. But it's actually illegal to sit here and idle your vehicle. But if you notice, I don't know if you've watched Lincoln Karim's channel. Lincoln, like the president, and then Karim, Karim. He is always hazing these guys for running their cars. Here we go. We got the tyrannical testing site here, and from the looks of this, they're gonna erect some more tents, right? Because here they're gonna try to force you, and see how they already have the dots on the pavement, so they're expecting it to be out the door and down the street of testing, and you're gonna be standing here waiting. That's what they want. And they say weekly testing. That sound fun? Sound fun? Testing. Tell you what, this was a big test. One big test about what we were going to put up with as humans. And we have failed dramatically. Alright, y'all. Going back to work. Take care. Bye.